Welcome back. Now for your 5-day weather forecast, we go outside to Raul Pinto.
Have you picked up your winter coat from the dry cleaners yet? If you're not convinced that you need it, take a look to your 5-day weather forecast. Today we have a low of 1 and a high of 4, with some clouds to make your life feels a little less fun than usual. Tomorrow, there will be optimistic sunny breaks appearing during the day, with a high of 8 and a low of 0. You better get your umbrellas ready this Friday, as we'll see some showers with a high of 10 and a low of 4. On Saturday, we'll experience wet flurries with a high of 3 and dropping as low as -6. On Sunday, the weekend will end with a high of -2 and a low of -7. That's all for your 5-day weather forecast. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Raul. Turning now to international and national news. A suicide bomber in Egypt has killed 10 soldiers after ramming his car into a bus in northern Sinai. The bus was one of 2 traveling between the border town of Rafah and the coastal city of El Arish. The explosion damaged both buses and injured 35 people. The buses were headed to Cairo and carried soldiers from the 2nd Field Army.
Talks in Geneva resumed today in search for an agreement calling for Iran to stop its nuclear program. Negotiators from Iran and a group of 6 world powers are in the talks. In return for limited sanctions relief, Iran is being asked to accept more inspections. Iran Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei says Iran will not retreat on its nuclear rights. Ahead of today's meeting, Iran's foreign minister and chief nuclear negotiator Javad Zarif posted a video on YouTube where he says an agreement is possible.
There is a way forward,
13 seconds.
a constructive path towards determining our destiny, to advance, to make progress, to secure peace.
Back at home, human smuggling between Canada and the United States is on the rise, according to a binational report on border security. The report says 487 people were stopped from sneaking into Canada, up from 308 in 2010. The same report says the number of people trying to get into the United States from Canada decreased slightly. The report says stronger enforcement is the reason behind the increase in arrests.
ER wait times are not caused by inappropriate use or by patients without their own doctors. That's according to a report from the Canadian Association of Emergency Physicians. The report says overcrowding is due to ER patients who are unable to access hospital beds. The doctors group's goals is to shorten patient wait times. The report says overcrowding in the ER is a public health emergency that causes worse outcomes for patients seeking treatment and leading to higher death rates.
Loblaw Companies Limited is pulling a brand of garlic powder off shelves after it was found that it could possibly be contaminated with salmonella. The company is warning customers not to consume Siraj brand garlic powder, which is sold across Canada. The powder is packaged in 400-gram packages with a best before date of April 22, 2015. There have been no reported illnesses in relation to the product.
And now with your sports news, here's Natalie Stoberman.
Thanks, guys. Last night, the Toronto Maple Leafs pummeled the New York Islanders 5-2, and it only took 22 seconds for the Leafs to get on the scoreboard. Trevor Smith scored one of the earliest goals in Leafs history and added a pair of assists for a 3-point night. Bill Kessel netted 2 goals to end his mini-slump, and Mason Raymond scored his 8th goal of the season. A relieved David Clarkson finally scored his 1st goal of the season.
I'm here to win, and the chances were going to come, but it does feel good to, I guess, get some people off my back a little bit or asking questions, but it's all part of the game, I think.
Moving on to the pitch, soccer fans had a field day with all the World Cup qualifiers and friendly matches that happened yesterday. 12 teams battled for a position in next year's FIFA World Cup, but the biggest wins were Portugal's 3-2 victory over Sweden, where Cristiano Ronaldo's hat-trick beat Sweden's Zlatan Ibrahimovic's 2-goal performance. France got the 3-0 victory over the Ukraine, becoming the first team to overcome a 2-0 deficit on aggregate. The Rogers Centre hosted the Brazil vs. Chile friendly, where the Brazilians took home a 2-1 win. Closer to home, Canada lost a 1-0 against Slovenia in their friendly, bringing them to a 14-game losing streak. The former Blue Jays stud turned dud Josh Johnson has signed a 1-year contract with the San Diego Padres. The right-handed pitcher came to Toronto from the Miami Marlins last season in a trade. Johnson, a two-time All-Star with the Marlins, posted dismal numbers this season. He only won 2 games in 16 appearances and posted a 6.2 ERA. The deal is worth $8 million and was made official on Tuesday. Well, here's something you don't see every day. Washington's Tony Big Tone Pickard is the largest running back in U.S. amateur and professional leagues. He is 6'5", weighs in at 400 pounds, and he's only 17 years old. The White Swan High School senior ran for 576 yards and scored 8 touchdowns this season. Pickard says it takes 4 or 5 guys to take him down. And I wouldn't want to get in his way even if I had 5 guys helping me. That's all for sports. I'm Natalie Stoberman. Now back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Natalie. After the break, we'll get the latest in entertainment from Sandra DeGrandis.
A Just Legal socialite shows a little too much skin, and Kanye takes us on a joyride. I'll have all that and more in your entertainment update.